Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's too late for that now. So
Yep. We can be heard. Okay, there you are.
thank you, Henri, for the third subscription. The
Yeah.
3 months. I'm for Thonking
Yeah.
indeed. I'm sorry that the sound didn't seem to have played because I don't know if I have it open on the waiting screen. Oh no, wait, you're starting the game.
Oh.
I need to I need to jump.
Oh no.
You
Okay.
jump. There we go. We jumped.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay. Jumping time. When did you get gifted a sub? I don't know. About a week or two ago, somebody had done like a whole bunch of gift subs. It's again, there was like a giant gift sub drop, so it was probably from then.
It just got a lot brighter outside. All of a sudden.
Oh,
Did you hear that?
Oh yeah, it's September. So it got a lot brighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
loud.
did it stop raining?
Loud thunder. And I guess lightning. Okay, so right, K ending. Right.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings, Pan.
Okay.
We are figuring out which way to go.
I don't think we can go here yet. Fuck. I keep
Okay.
doing that.
It's okay. It's a very intuitive way of doing it.
I don't
Okay.
think we can solve either of these yet. So
Yeah, I'd recommend still going down because there's that entire branch that we haven't even touched yet on that side.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah, and that other one
Yeah,
there, too.
I think here. We're gonna go here.
Yeah. But yes, it's September, so they're going around. Yeah, that's true as well.
I probably betrayed
I
the
had-
first time, so
Yeah. You know, I had the thought the other day. I'm like, okay, so we do this weekly, right?
mm-hmm.
And we spend most of the time playing this, talking over the game. Like, we're playing the game,
Yeah.
but the visual component is not at all important.
We
And this
comment on
happens
it
in a
sometimes.
conversational... Yeah, but this also happens in a conversational format. So I think it's important to ask, are we podcasters?
Oh, definitely. I've been thinking about this as like a podcast for a while.
I mean, what is streaming? Like, live podcasting, really?
Yeah. And like, that's why I have fun with this. Hello, Anwi. Things are fine. Lot of back pain earlier, but it's fine. So, who did we just ally with? Was this with Alice?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, this would have been Alice still.
Yeah, Game Grumps, but they're VTubers. I mean, is that just regular streaming, though? Like, what is streaming but a live Let's Play, you know?
Yeah, which, like, that also definitely fits with, like, trends that, like, Let's Plays used to be super big, and then they were just replaced by Twitch.
Well, I think here's the thing. Twitch is actually, in a way, easier than doing Let's Plays, because it saves you the whole step of having to edit the video.
Yeah.
And even if the editing is minimal, and it's just, like, putting the game footage and coupling it with the, like, sound or, like, footage of you talking, still an extra step that streaming doesn't require.
Mm-hmm. And there is also just, like, a value in a forum that like, where you can just directly talk to your audience while things are happening. Like, wow, really loud. It's words. Wow, Alice. Huh. So I made the right call in betraying her.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, no, I think here's the thing with Let's Plays is because, like, I feel like sometimes I think about this when I try to explain stuff to my parents because I'm like, in order to explain VTubers, I would have to explain Twitch streamers. And in order to explain Twitch streamers, I'd have to explain Let's Players. Which means that a conversation about VTubers might have to start with, hey, have you ever heard of Markiplier? Like,
no, see...
We have to trace the lineage here.
You need really, to explain VTubers, you need to start the conversation with something awful. Like,
no, I feel like we could probably also start it maybe with Hatsune Miku.
Something awful predates Hatsune Miku.
Oh, okay.
Like, Something Awful started in the early 2000s. And then, at some point, these people on the forums were just like, I'm gonna play a video game and post my screen caps and commentary here. And then, that was really popular. And eventually someone had the genius idea of like, wait, what if instead of just posting the screen caps and giving my commentary, I just make it a video? And then, smash cut years later, VTubers exist.
Someone could have waited a couple of weeks to save money. Yeah, I think it was during a karaoke stream. That was when a whole bunch of them, the gift subs dropped. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's when it was.
The true generation gap is between people who understand the idea of watching people play video games and those who don't.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like anyone who doesn't understand the appeal of watching people play video games is really approaching it in bad faith, because older generations still like watching people play sports. So it's like...
well, because I think
Yeah?
Yeah, because I think some people are coming at it, with like the same attitude as sports. Which, if you come at it that way, you're kind of looking at it wrong. It's more like sports commentary.
Uh-huh.
Like, you're not watching the person because they're good at the game. You're watching the person because they're entertaining while they happen to be playing the game.
There are definitely people whose like appeal is that they are good at video games. But yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Like, that's what esports is for.
Yeah, but it's like, if you're watching a football game, it's like, that, like, you can roughly transpose that to, like, a 20-minute Let's Play. And so, like, any old person who says that they don't get video games, like, they are approaching the topic in bad faith because they are purposefully ignoring that, like, there's a sort of hypocrisy there.
Well, I don't know, I feel like there's also an extra step of not just getting video games, but just like, I don't understand why people play video games. I feel like that's like an extra step back too as well. That first, but in order to understand why people would watch people playing video games, you have to understand why people would play video games. And I feel like if you haven't hit that first step, then the second step might be a spread.
I mean, people have been playing games, like, literally longer than we're in history.
Yeah.
The fact that it happens in a new electronic medium doesn't really change that. Like, there is no difference between, like, I don't know, what we're doing. There is no difference between what we're doing now and playing solitaire on your computer.
Yeah. There is no difference between Fire Emblem and chess. Absolutely none. No difference. Sometimes people forget fun things are fun. Yeah. Okay, give me a moment. Is the stream dropping frames?
I'm hearing you just fine. Loud, very, very loud rain aside.
Okay. No, it's more if my stream is dropping frames, because I don't know what my internet's doing tonight, but it's...
Yeah, no, I at the very least, if your internet is having problems, it's not so bad that Discord is having issues.
Fun? Excuse you, I play games to win. How dare.
Winning is fun, that's why I play Magic.
Like winning. I don't know, lately I've been trying to get really good at Mario Kart. Because I streamed it the other day and I lost most of my races. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and like Google tips. Like I'm out here Googling, like literally putting into Google like how to become good at Mario Kart. I've improved a little. I win sometimes. I seem to get 6th and 7th place a lot. But That's an improvement? Question mark? Yeah, the stream was a little spotty at first. Yeah. No, it's because, yeah, Streamlabs will tell you, like, if there is, like, a huge drop in frames, so that's what I was saying. I'm getting a whole bunch of, like, notifications about that. Seems to be, oh, never mind. It like, seems to be smooth again. It's not.
From Henri in chat, the difference between traditional games and video games is that video games are a consumer product that people spend a lot of money on and attach to as part of their personality. I think that's where the older people lose track of it. Games exist to passively engage with, not to think about afterwards.
I mean, yeah, but, like, you can attach emotional value to literally anything. Like...
Yeah, and I think that's more to do with changing attitudes in general than video games themselves. Because, like, I think that has more to do with fandom, and such.
Yeah. I think also, too, like, even the consumer product angle, like, it's not like board games weren't consumer products either. Like, it's kind of, that's not an argument. Hold on. I'm just going to summon the link to Ran's channel. Partly so you can go subscribe, but also because if the stream decides to die on my side, then we still have the backup.
Yeah, and then everyone gets to hear
your end might actually be smoother.
Everyone gets to hear how terrible my audio is tonight.
Yeah, your end is most likely smoother.
Yeah.
Pick your struggle: bad audio or bad internet.
Like, fuck.
Okay.
But anyway, I think like.
Okay, is the game still stating the obvious?
It's repeating stuff. Yeah, okay, so we are on a new route. It's just repeating everything. But yeah, I think just like the way that basically like starting with millennials, like older millennials, there was just this like shift in how people approach media, because around the 80s, like a lot of media like started changing. And I think that, like, video games are the new thing. So that's why, like, that gets that's the lightning rod.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also because I feel like video games are kind of in the weird spot where, aren't they, like, the most profitable entertainment industry? Like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or, like, one of the most profitable. And yet, so many people just never touch them. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I guess the idea of having something that's like so big but also entirely foreign to a lot of people, that's, I guess.
Yes, because if you are making like, okay, words, one person buying one video game, they're spending anywhere between $20 and like $80. And that's just for a video game. Let's say it's a modern AAA video game, and suddenly they also have to spend an extra like $100 in microtransactions. And
yeah, the startup cost is kind of
compare that to like, if you have a group of 100 people, maybe like 50 of them are gonna buy this $80 video game, and then all of them are going to see this movie where a ticket costs $10.
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing too is the fact that they're a very time-consuming thing as well. Like sometimes, I feel like sometimes I'm like, because for most story-based games, usually what's considered like the tutorial portion or like the introduction is often already like 2 or 3 hours long approximately. But I know sometimes I tell my mom and I'm like, oh yeah, I just started this game, and she's like, you've been playing for 2 hours, and I'm like, Well, yeah, the game is like 100 hours long. Like,
Yeah.
2 hours is barely a dent. So, yeah, I think the idea of having something that you can just like sit down, and I mean, most movies are like 2 to 3 hours long.
Yeah, like 3 hours is like.
But then the movie is.
I would say most
But then the
movies are
movie
like
is not.
90 minutes to like 2.5 hours, and beyond that you're pushing
But then
it.
the movie. Yeah, but then the movie is done. Like, there's no more movie to watch after that. Whereas if you play a video game for 3 hours, that's just the beginning. Like, even for like a short, like 10 or 15 hour game, that's still not even halfway.
Yeah, if you're playing a game that is the length of a movie, it's like you probably paid like $5 for it.
Yeah,
And it's
either
like
that or it's like one of those like very like artsy kind of games, like.
yeah,
Or I think-
that's what I was talking about, really. Just like
Yeah.
art indie projects.
Or like stuff made for like a game jam or something. I feel like more people touch video games than everyone thinks. Like grandma playing Candy Crush. That's true. That's true. I think when we think of video games, we think of like PC stuff or like console stuff. But yeah, like phone games are still games.
Yeah, and I mentioned like computer solitaire earlier, and like that's like white.
It's a video game.
Yeah, it is a game on a computer. It is a computer game.
Maybe I should stream solitaire. Maybe I'll I'll stream solitaire like a real game.
Yeah, but I guess
get
like
really good at solitaire.
I guess like talking about this being a changing attitude and talking about how video games are a lightning rod, but like thinking on that more, it's like I wonder to what degree video games were responsible for that changing attitude. Because like
Like the way they were marketed and stuff.
no, not just the way they were marketed, but like an intrinsic part of it. Because like, let's say it's 1980 whatever, you're playing Mario. You play it a bit, you come across a level that you can't beat, you turn the console off and go do something else. And then, you're just gonna be thinking about it more. Because it's like, oh, there was that level I couldn't beat. I guess I'm gonna think about how to beat it, and maybe come back to it later. And it's like, whereas a movie, it's like you watch it and it's done.
Yeah.
And even most TV shows, at the time were much more serialized than, or much more episodic than serialized. So it's like...
Well, I think the other thing too is like, I feel like, because you know how video games largely started as like an arcades thing, right? Like you go to a building and you play the video games and then you go home. And I feel like that makes it more of like a social activity, whereas like now it's still like a social activity. Like we are socializing, but it's still a thing you now kind of do by yourself. Like you don't go to the video game. I mean, arcades still exist, but you don't go to the video games building specifically to play your video games.
Yeah, and point in chat that just video games do require constant attention. I wonder, another piece of media that has grown more and more popular since the 80s that requires constant attention. I wonder how much anime has played into this.
Probably a lot, considering that like tons of video games are Japanese.
Well, no, I meant more anime in English spaces, or really non-Japanese spaces.
Well, that's what I meant though, because
okay.
If more people are interested in anime, they're more likely to be interested in, or if people are interested in games, many of which come from Japan, they're more likely to be interested in other things that also come from Japan. So I feel like
I was just thinking about like watching something that has subtitles takes more effort than watching something that doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to be paying attention at all times to see the subtitles, whereas, like, if you're just watching a TV show, it's like, oh, you leave that on the TV, you go into the kitchen to do something, and you can still hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you know, constant attention.
Well, I don't... Well, I think the other thing, though, is that I would say that... Because, like, yeah, anime became popular here, but when it came here, it wasn't always through subtitled stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
in the
and I
beginning,
think
when
that's...
people were, like, changing, like, dubs were definitely a part of it. So for a while, it was just kind of TV that just happens to be animated and also foreign.
But then, starting in probably, what would it have been, like, late 90s, early 2000s, it was like... They realized, one, we don't need to we don't need to dub this stuff. Two, maybe some of this stuff is better off not dubbed.
Yeah.
Because, like, in the 2000s, you started getting a lot more stuff that just, like, didn't get dubbed.
Are they doing the same pose? Are they doing the same pose?
Yes. They've done that before.
I don't know, that pose is so weird for Alice, because it looks like she's supposed to be holding something, the same way, like, Dia was holding the brim of his hat, but she's holding nothing. She's just doing, like, a weird peace sign in front of her forehead.
Yeah, that's actually in the thumb. That's still in the thumbnail. I think it might have been covered. Anime would have been the first true ongoing stories most kids interacted with. Characters progressed in Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z in a way that American TV shows, particularly for kids, never really did. Yeah. It's like... yeah, words. Yeah. As I said, like, a lot of TV shows were episodic. Very few were, serialized.
Yeah.
Just
well, I don't
like...
know, to be fair... Oh. My first experience with like watching Pokemon, like the anime, was going over to like my parents' friend's house, and their kids were really into Pokemon, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we need to show you the show. It's so cool." And then they just show me an episode from like the middle of a tournament arc. Like they just dropped me in the middle because I guess they wanted to show me one with like the cool battles and stuff. So they just dropped me in the middle of a tournament arc, and I'm like, I don't think I ever got into it because I couldn't follow anything that was going on. I'm like, who are these people? What is going on? Why is this important? Like, I think there was a downside, but yeah, I think it was also that, yeah, most of the shows I was watching at the time were, yeah, really episodic. Like, you could just drop in and watch one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You good?
Yeah, no, I was just like, I am noticing that, apparently my internet is having issues, so I was like, should I go, oh, okay, this can just be skipped. Should I disconnect my VPN to try and make it run better? And then I realized what happened last time I did that, so I didn't do that.
Yeah, no. My bitrate is still all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm at...
Labs is yelling at me.
I'm at 4%, frames being dropped. But it's down 4%. From like 4%.
4%.
Yeah, which is down from 4.3. So, I think it's just fine.
Yeah, I'm up to 45% drop frames over the last 2 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, this is yeah.
I mean, it was that bad for me back during, like, the Danganronpa streams at one point, but that was because my computer had an actual hardware fault.
Yeah. I mean, I know once when I was testing out a game, I think it was Phasmophobia, I hit 100% dropped frames. Like, hey guys, we did it! We dropped all the frames!
I think the most I ever went was, like, 80-something. Before I just was like, no.
I'm reminded of older generations mocking anime for being confusing nonsense when it was generally because they saw random episodes in a longer story, whereas kids often just saw Dragon Ball Z out of order and managed to piece the story together. I think the other thing is I feel like kids probably don't value the story the same way that adults do. Like, I don't get the impression that kids are trying to, like, cinema sins their favorite shows the same way that adults kind of try to.
Yeah.
Like,
where it's, yeah, if you just catch a Dragon Ball episode out of nowhere on TV, it's like, that is just more sort of fine. I do also think that, like, a lot of the comments about anime being confusing are just because, like, people see something different and are like, I'm not gonna spend the, like, minute it would take to try and comprehend this. I'm just gonna roll my eyes and move on.
Weird, am I right?
Especially because, like, people are already so dismissive of kids' shows that it's like,
yeah.
Any reason that they can have to dismiss a kids' show, they're gonna be like, it's weird and foreign. I'm gonna ignore it.
Yeah, 100% drop frames. Yep, it's possible. You can drop all the frames.
Meanwhile, I'm down to 3.7.
Wow. Okay, CinemaSins have been atrocious for media criticism. Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna disagree with that.
Yeah, and but I think, like, I think CinemaSins, like, has done a lot of damage on their own, but also I think that CinemaSins isn't exactly an isolated attitude.
Mm-hmm.
That you...
I think it's like... I think it was definitely, like, a very present attitude at the time, and they just kind of captured it, and they're the only ones who seem to have been able to keep it going this long.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah, and it's just kind of like, people like nitpicking. And, like, even people who dislike CinemaSins like nitpicking. I nitpick sometimes. But it's just like, there is a way that it can go, get out of hand.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, I think I just solved that problem by watching things that don't make sense to begin with.
Have you seen Pop Team Epic?
Yes, I have seen Pop Team Epic.
It's very good.
Maybe not an early adopter of Pop Team Epic, but I was definitely in tune with what Pop Team Epic was going to be before it came out. I remember in, like, January of, it was like December of 2017, like the season before it came out, I remember I was talking to some people about, like, upcoming anime for the next season. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really excited for Pop Team Epic. I don't know what to expect, but it's going to be good. And everyone's like, what's Pop Team Epic? And I'm like, oh.
See, I'm pretty sure I'd been reading the manga by that point.
Yeah, well, I feel like by that point the manga was kind of everywhere. Like, they were like a full-on franchise before the anime even started.
Yeah, and that's like that is how the anime came to be, is that, like, we have these characters, people already know what they look like, people already know the comic, like, people know the designs, so we can sell a lot of merch if we make an anime.
Yeah, well, they're also just, like, very marketable designs on their own.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
it's very simple.
They're simple, they're recognizable, they can be applied to anything. I think Vtuber actually started, like, getting work from other franchises. Like, there's definitely, like, Pop Team Epic style Bang Dream official merch. That's just, like, the Bang Dream characters being drawn in, like, Pop Team Epic style. Like, it's recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had seen manga snippets. Yeah, I think somebody on YouTube had started, like, animating manga snippets.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
It was really well done. Yeah, it was really, really well done.
Mm-hmm. And it's you'd also see, like, a million of like, individual panels posted everywhere, and you still see some of those that have just, like, become entrenched in meme culture.
I like the one that's like, the one where she's like, Hakuko is like, yeah, I get it, I understand everything, and then that arrow that's like, doesn't understand anything at all, that one is just like...
That one has completely escaped Pop Team Epic entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is on it in its own world. Did you ever watch Gallon Dino?
I started it, I still need to finish it. I kind of fell off of it when it went, you know, for the season, like, where it had to stop production because of COVID.
Yeah.
I kind of fell off of it, and then I forgot to pick it back up when it was back. I'll finish it someday, though.
I watched, like, an episode when it came back, and it was just kind of like... It was partially because, like, I just wasn't watching a lot of anime at that time, and partially also it's like, I think this show is less funny now.
I don't know. I think I enjoy the idea of like, because I think it was the way it was marketed is that people didn't realize until it started airing that it was going to be like Top Team Epic 2. Like,
yeah,
because I think originally it was marketed separately as like a live action drama and as an anime. And then it turns out that actually both of these things were true and they're happening at the exact same time.
and it's like, I really like it. It's very inventive and cool and like experimental. It just feels like the core jokes of the series kind of got a little old.
Yeah. The other thing is, I think apparently a lot of like the live action cast were like, I don't think stunt casting is the word I'm looking for, but they were like people who are well known in Japan. So like, yeah, it was one of those things where just like going into like discussions after, and people are like, oh yeah, the person playing like this person is actually like this person who's well known for doing this. I'm like, oh cool, interesting information.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the idol anime gag. I actually, the first convention out of town that I went to, I cosplayed. I wanted to do it as a group, and then everyone else dropped out on me. I wanted to do cosplay of like the fake idol anime from Top Team Epic. I wanted to do a cosplay of that. So I actually did cosplay like the main character of that. Only one person recognized it, which made me sad. I actually took a picture with some Top Team Epic cosplayers.
Nice.
I don't think even they recognized my costume.
Ow.
I don't think they recognized it. I'm like,
I appreciate this at least. Like the nicher the joke, the better it hits.
Yeah.
I'm sure the like two people who recognized you walking around were like, holy shit.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like cosplaying from niche things is fun because then you get like no one's gonna recognize what you are, but like the three people that do are gonna be so happy to see it.
Mm-hmm. Whereas like if you're just cosplaying like flavor of the month show, it's like a million people are gonna recognize you, and they're not gonna think much of you because there's probably like a dozen people in your vicinity who look exactly the same. But
yep,
like
that's another reference.
But if you watch if you cosplay like an anime from like 2007, like that only exists through fan translations, it's like one person's gonna notice you and they're gonna love you.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. You know what? I feel like I think we dodged the bullet. I might have said this before. I think we definitely dodged the bullet by not having conventions in 2020 because we completely jumped the Uzaki-chan popularity. So I don't ever have to see an Uzaki-chan cosplay. I don't ever have to see somebody wearing like a Sugoi Dekai t-shirt in public. We just skipped that era completely. We dodged it.
Mm-hmm. And conventions are going to be coming back just in time for Chainsaw Man to completely take over.
Yeah, and Genshin. Genshin's already taken over.
Yeah, I feel like Genshin, like, I can't judge how popular Genshin is because I know Genshin fans, like, so I just see them talking about it on the timeline. But it's kind of like, I can't tell if Genshin has an absolutely massive fan base or if it has a really dedicated fan base.
Yeah. I think it's big. You know what? Because I feel like it's one of those fan bases that has a lot of people who don't play a lot of other games. Like, it's pulled in new, not even just like new players, but like new players to video games.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I guess because it's like, it is a fandom thing. Like, I know a lot of people who went from Danganronpa to Genshin, for example.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Danganronpa and Genshin probably have that similar appeal of like having a bajillion characters.
Yeah. While also like not having the sort of problem that Arknights have, where like Arknights has like over 200 characters. And
yeah, I feel like there's definitely like a bell curve of like what is the perfect number of characters for your franchise to have.
like, I think it really works for Arknights. I think that works for like the story they're telling, but like it definitely is something that like probably holds the series back overall because it's like I can believe that you can probably find at least like 1,000 people for whom every Danganronpa character is their favorite. Or rather, like, every Danganronpa character has at least 1,000 people who consider them their favorite.
Yeah.
That's gonna be true for Genshin, and it's like... There are not 1,000 Yano fans. There are not 1,000, like, 12F fans.
Yeah, I think the other thing is, like... Yeah, I feel like there's, like, a bell curve of how many characters your franchise can have before it starts to feel overwhelming. I see the same thing when you have people who try to jump from watching HoloLive to watching Sanji, and they're like, oh god, there's like 200 of them. And it's like, no, you don't need to think about all of them the same way that you might need to think about all of HoloLive. But like, yeah, I feel like there's a bell curve. There's like an ideal number of characters before it becomes overwhelming.
Yeah, and you need to be in that curve to become like a fandom thing that just like becomes an accepted part of like the amorphous fandom culture.
Yeah, see, the Fate franchise decided 15 different versions of King Arthur is the correct move to make. I don't know.
Is it 15?
Fate is absolutely impenetrable.
Is it 15? Am I gonna start trying to think this through? Now I kind of want to try and think of every different version of Artoria that I can come up with off the top of my head and see if there are 15.
Kind of thing I loved as a kid. The Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Sort of collections of distinct creatures. Gotcha people instead of monsters. That's true. Gotcha is kind of
Okay, so I am going to try and list off every different version of King Arthur and Fate now. And I will be writing this down just so I can keep track of them all.
That's good, because I cannot tell you whether or not you're correct.
So, no one tell me how many there are or which ones there are. I am going to be doing this off the top of my head. So, you have Artoria. You have Artoria Alter. I'm writing these down so I don't lose track.
Okay, yes, Wixinator says I counted them all this morning.
So then Artoria Lancer. Artoria Lancer Alter. Who showed up before Artoria Lancer, by the way. The alternate version predated the normal version. Okay, there was Artoria, Archer. There's Artoria Ruler. There's Artoria Lily.
Wait, what?
Lily?
Sorry, I don't know. That just seemed like a really weird naming convention, because the rest are all, like, Lancer.
Okay, so, like, there's... All of these words make sense if you know Fate. So, like, Lancer, Archer, Ruler, those are classes. Normal Artoria is Saber, so if I'm not specifying a class, I just mean Saber. Alter is alternate, just like, usually an evil version. And then Lily is for child versions. So Artoria Lily is a version of Artoria who is as a child and is a Saber.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm up to 7. Wait, fuck, do I count do I count the mysterious heroines? Wixander, I need you to tell me if you counted the mysterious heroines or not, because that will affect my count, because I'm not sure if I should count them. The joke about... Oh, yeah?
I'm being told that Jeanne d'Arc, Alter Lily Santa, is a real
Yes,
name.
I'm a big fan of Lily Jalter Lily is the way to say it. That isn't a mouthful.
Surely you must be making things up at this point.
Nope. Okay, so like, there was a because FGO is a gacha game, it does Christmas events, and there was one that had Jeanne d'Arc Alter as a child, so Lily, and then in that Jeanne d'Arc as a child, her class was Lancer, and it's like, once you know all of these disparate steps, it's like, it makes sense. But like, but like, saying it out loud doesn't make sense.
Oh my god, I just got... He sent a link for the wiki page.
I'm still coming up with these, by the way. So, there's Mysterious Heroine, X, and XX.
Okay.
So, the joke about Mysterious Heroine, is that she's an alien, and also she's a saber face. And...
Okay, so she counts as a saber?
Because, yeah, well, the saber face is not just Artoria, it's like, every version of Jeanne d'Arc is also a saber face, and same with Nero Claudius, and others, because that's just like, for all these characters, they have the same face. But like, there is a difference between that and Mysterious Heroine, who like is saber, same color palette and everything, but like, the joke is that she's weird. Okay, so now I have...
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah?
I feel like Fate, listening to people talk about Fate is like the same thing as listening to people talk about academic literature, because both of them feel like you need like hours of studying to be able to understand.
I can't even
Like,
say you're wrong.
both are like equally difficult to get into from a general public perspective.
Okay, God. Are there one or two prototypes? I can't remember if there was ever a second prototype or not. It feels like there is, but I can't remember anything about him, so... Oh, Mysterious Heroine X is from Extella? Okay. I wasn't aware of that. I never finished Extella.
Wait, so does Stella not count for some reason?
No, Extella counts. Because, Fate Extra Extella, is a sequel to a spin-off game. Okay, so I have Artoria, Alter, Artoria Lancer, Alter, Artoria Ruler, Artoria Lily, Mysterious Heroine X, Mysterious Heroine XX, and then Arthur Prototype. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11. Alexander, did you count Prototype?
I'm assuming if he got up to 15, then he must have.
Yes, but I'm sure there's ones I'm missing. That, like...
I mean, surely you can just go on a wiki, right? You can just go on a wiki and count them.
Yes.
Surely there must be a wiki article for this.
Oh, yes,
right?
there is. That's how Wixander counted it, but I can't tab out right now. Okay, Prototype was counted. That makes sense. And it's also just, like, there is a point where it's like, does this count as an alternate version of Artoria? Because, like, Mysterious Heroine is technically a different character, but also isn't. And, like, Arthur Prototype is King Arthur. He is the original, like, he is based on the original plot that Nasi wrote for Fate, Fate Stay Night, before he came up with the idea that King Arthur was going to be a girl.
Yeah, wasn't it originally written as, like, an Otome game? with like Rin as the protagonist or something?
Probably.
Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The first like little prequel part of they like, at least from what I've seen, like the first little prequel part feels very much like an Otome game. Like, you know, it's like Rin summoning, what's his name, Archer or something. It very much feels kind of Otome game-ish. Like,
yeah, that's fair. Okay, so I can come up with 11.
Like a
I can come up with 11 different versions of Artoria off the top of my head. And
I think that's many.
I think that's where I give up. Wixander, which ones did I miss? I have... Actually, it might be unwieldy to post the entire list. Just... This is also, like, I haven't played FGO in years. So, anyone added, like, in the last couple years, I don't really know about.
Yeah.
Like,
but at this point, does Fate Go have many new players? Like, all the people I know who play it are people who've been playing it for like 3 years or something.
I have to imagine it gets new players. Actually, no, it probably doesn't, considering that their profits are down like 90%.
Alas.
Because there's only... Did you know that the latest chapter of FGO is like 900,000 words? Nasu is living his best life, just like writing these like hours long stuff. Ah, fuck, okay. I forgot Alter Rider Santa. Okay, so I forgot Caster, Alter Rider Santa, Mysterious Heroine X Alter, and Mysterious Heroine X Alter Idol. A couple of those I didn't know existed, but I will admit I definitely forgot about Alter Rider Santa, Mysterious Heroine X Alter. So...
As in, like, the people who sing and dance?
Yes, I assume so. That's how it... IDOL.
Oh, okay, because I was thinking, like, maybe it's idle. Maybe it's idle, as in, like, not moving. But no.
Since it's a Mysterious Heroine X, I think the most memey possibility is the one that actually is. Just because, like... Mysterious Heroine X is a bit of a joke character.
Yeah, no, I
love Fate. Fate is, like... Fate is some bullshit, and I kind of live for it.
I don't know, Fate is impenetrable.
Because you also have, like, 6 or 7 different versions of Joan of Arc. Because you have, like... Because, like, Joan of Arc Alter is one of the most popular characters in the Fate franchise. Which means that she is basically her own character as far as, like, alternate versions are concerned. Because she is just unfathomably popular, so why wouldn't you make more of her? Which is how you get, like, Santa versions, and child versions, and child Santa versions. And... it's absurd, but I love it.
I mean, I can't even think of any franchise that I've enjoyed that's similar to Fate in terms of having, like, a bajillion characters. Like...
Okay, six Jeans plus Lakshmi Bai? I'm not... Oh wait, okay, yeah, that I think I know who that last one is. But she wasn't in the game when I stopped playing.
See, I like Bang Dream because there's like 30 or 40 girls, and they just take those 30 or 40 girls and they put them in like a bajillion different costumes, and that's how you get all your different gacha cards. You don't need to remember all these things and all these names. It's like 40 characters, that's it.
Whereas...
We're good.
Whereas, like, Fate and Arc Knights, it's like... so many characters. I think the thing with Fate though is that like Fate has been running, or FGO has been running for like 6 years now.
Yeah.
Five or 6 years.
I feel like the problem with Fate Go was more just like accumulation over time. Like I feel like maybe it would have been easier to get into if you were starting from the beginning.
Yeah, which is
so,
like
I feel like
that is how I still like know
characters explore is a lot.
Yeah, and it's like I can't imagine what Arknights is going to be in that time because
700 characters.
Because like the thing about Arknights compared to say like FGO or Grand Blue is that like for a team in Arknights you use 12 characters.
Oh boy.
In FGO you use 5. And so it's like, you want a variety of characters leveled and such. So you're gonna have like 40 characters leveled just to deal with all of the like specialized levels that you need to deal with.
Yeah. 9 million waifus.
Arknights has some boys.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you look at AO3 statistics, the boys are more popular. Because
I mean, is that the sole form of, is that like the most accurate form of statistics though?
I think it's
It could just be like 2 people writing like
oh no,
you know,
it's
at 100 miles an hour.
No, it's like, so the thing about Arknights that's interesting for me is that like Arknights fic is really popular in China. You have a lot of Chinese users writing a lot of MM fic for Arknights. And it's like, it's always like bastard capitalist cat, or like demon guy with a sword, or stoic angel guy, or
There are your favorites.
Or faceless player character OC. What others? Oh right, overpowered sea urchin twink. What others?
Okay, so it's like a case where there's like very clear favorites, right?
Yes. Oh, definitely. Silver Ash is like absurdly popular, and I hate him. I think even people who like Silver Ash hate him, though. Like, he is just bastard, and the sort of character where the appeal is that you want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, I mean, I can get it. Like, I can think of other characters with that same kind of appeal of, like, no one who likes him is sure if they like him ironically or unironically.
It's more like, the people who like him don't like him, but also he's a hot catboy.
Okay, you know what? I'm looking at Luna's skirt. I'm going to complain about Luna's design again.
Oh.
That skirt is falling below the hips. How is it staying on? This is like not quite at the level of Alice's like metal tank top, but like, character designers, please wear clothing. I mean, or like they probably do, but like, please look at it a little more carefully.
Oh hey, this room, wild.
The nature room.
That words. I know. I think Fate is neat, and on like, I think like FGO being the most like known part of Fate isn't exactly a great thing. Just because like I think the best parts of Fate are elsewhere. So it's like I know people who got into Fate through FGO. And it's kind of like, no, go read Fate Strange Fake. Or, like, play Fate Extra. Or, like, watch Fate Apocrypha. Or, like, even go read Fate Stay Night.
Fate Go do something else.
And, like, Fate Go, like, has cool stuff in it. Like, I love Babylonia, I love Camelot, I love the one that came after Babylonia and Camelot. And it's like, yeah, those are cool stories, and then it's just also like there's about a million other stuff, like tons of events, tons of chapters, and it's all really long, and it's just like, I feel like the good doesn't exactly outweigh the bad.
Hey, we made it to an actual puzzle room. Something I don't even think we hit last time.
Huh.
We gotta stop talking about fate for long enough to use our brains.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, I don't know. I am a big Fate fan. So, like, I can talk about it for a while. I hope Fate Strange Fake gets an anime. It's very good because it breaks a lot of rules of the series. Because, like, Fate is the kind of series where it has about 1 million rules. It's like, there are all of these rules and all of this, like, exposition and stuff. And it's all super important. And then you actually, like, half the time the series is, like, breaking its own rules.
Okay, this is 100% a problem on my end, but the bitrate for the video feed I'm getting from Discord is so bad that it, like, looks like it's 8-bit. Like, it's that bad.
Oh.
It's okay, it's not a problem on your end, it's 100% a problem on my end, and I don't know how to fix it. It's just, like, an internet issue, I think. It just decided to not tonight.
Everything in Fate breaks the rules. Yeah, exactly. Like, Fate Stay Night is what established a ton of the rules in the series. And, like, Fate Zero also did that. But then it's like, both of those break their rules a bunch, especially towards the end. And then you get stuff like Apocrypha, which the entire premise is this rule was broken. And you get stuff like Fate Strange Fake that's like, actually the Dead Apostle Ancestors are real. Like, in this universe. And, like, that's like breaking the rule that defines fate in the Nasuverse. Wow, I'm really going off the deep end here.
Okay.
So, like...
So.
God, I can talk a lot about Fate. TLDR, Fate Strange Fake is cool because it has vampires.
You know, this room reminds me of... It's weird that we get to this room now, because it reminds me... I had a dream last night that I went to, like, an anime convention, and then partway through, we were suddenly instructed to stay inside the building, and to, like, not open the windows, but, like, uncover blinds so that we could let light in, and then they told us to start ripping off the floor, because it was, like, grass and stuff underneath, and then they're like, okay, now you can't go outside, but at least you got plants and sunlight. And I was really confused.
What? Yeah, that is
I don't know,
weird.
that was my dream. I think it was partly because, like, there had been, like, some, like... Because basically where I live, we have this problem with our Amber Alert system. Because you know how, in the States, you have that system that can kind of disseminate alerts to people's phones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that system has several levels. Like, you'll have, like, a lower one for stuff like Amber Alerts, or, like, low-level, like, thunderstorms, like, low-level weather events. Then there's maybe, like, a mid-tier for stuff like tornadoes, or hurricanes, or, like, major earthquakes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the top tier, which is, like, you know, nuclear emergency kind of thing. So the thing is, we have that system, except we have exactly one tier for everything, for some reason.
Oh, no.
So, often what will happen is that Amber Alerts will go off, and it's always in the middle of the night. Like, this never seems to happen at, like, 3 in the afternoon. It's always, like, you know, 2 in the morning. And they'll just go off repeatedly, because apparently they needed to send the message once, and then to send it a second time, but now in French. And then to send it another time, send an update. And then they'll send you another one once the kid is found. So, I think that's what happened. I feel like my dream, like, happened because I heard an Amber Alert before going to sleep.
Mm.
And then my brain, I guess, in my sleep was like, oh, well, let's think about nuclear apocalypse where you would have to stay inside a building that has grass growing on the floor. I feel like that's where it went. I feel like that's...
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so...
But yeah, no, it's been a problem, like, where I live for a while. And it's one of those... Yeah, and it's one of those things that's very difficult because every time someone tries to complain about it, you have other people that are like, oh, so you don't care about kidnapped children? And it's like...
They can unkidnap themselves.
People don't care, it's that this might not be the best way to go about it, and also, like... Yeah, and also, like, if we ever have, like, an actual, like, nuclear explosion emergency, people might just ignore the alarm because they're so used to hearing about Amber Alerts, especially if it's late at night.
I feel like if there is a serious nuclear explosion and... If there is a serious nuclear explosion and you're relying on like, a phone alert to tell you when it's happening, you will not be able to get to protect yourself. By that point, it is already too late.
Yeah, it's probably bigger problems.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, there was even something that happened around where I live a few years ago that was like, there was like a legit tornado. And a lot of people afterwards realized, they're like, oh yeah, maybe we weren't adequately prepared for that because, a lot of tornado warnings, like, because I think there's, like, tornado warning, and then there's, like, tornado alert or something like that. Ah! We got raided. Thank you. Hello, yous. We are playing puzzle game.
Yeah.
We are doing puzzle.
And also talking about... What are we talking about at this point?
Alarm.
Yeah?
Alarm fatigue.
Yeah.
Sloth raid. It's okay. It's okay if it's slow. My internet's slow right now too. I'm sorry if the stream's like cutting off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm doing something tonight I never thought I'd do. I am currently drinking a glass of wine.
Oh, huh.
Never thought I'd do that.
Wine is awful.
But I got... No, it is. Well, it's not really wine. It's like a wine drink. Like, I don't know if it's cooler is the right word for it. It's like a wine mixed with other stuff. So it's like kind of diluted. It's like really low alcohol. But, yeah. Oh, French phrase. Alors maintenant, je bois du vin. C'est pas quelque chose que je fais normalement, mais il y a quelques semaines, je suis allée à un événement social et j'ai acheté une bouteille de vin pour ça et j'ai besoin de le finir avant que ça fait que c'est plus bon à boire. Is the stream buffering a lot for anyone else? Oh, believe me, it's buffering a lot even for me. Maybe if I close some tabs, maybe? Swear to God, if this fixes it, I'm gonna be mad. But yeah, no, like I was saying, for people who don't speak French, I had gotten a bottle of it for like a social event, and then I need to finish the bottle before it goes bad. Yeah, I'm watching rant streams and have the chat window open for eggs. Yeah, it really is that bad. Hold on, I'm gonna... Can we get another, like... Can we summon the link for Ran's channel? Because I know the stream on her end, I think, is a lot smoother than it is for me. I'm not sure why. I'm having some internet issues tonight. Hold on. There we go. Oh, okay. You beat me to it. Okay. So yeah, that's a link to her channel. It's on YouTube, but it's currently live, and I believe, yeah, if stuff falls apart on this end, then everyone go there.
Okay, so we need to find 4 more coins.
4. Oh hey, it just got smoother. Did closing windows actually work? I closed a couple tabs. Did keeping Twitter open
Wait, do
mess
you
it up?
have... Are you using Chrome?
Yeah.
That might be your problem.
That's probably my problem. That's my problem.
Like, it's kind of funny to say, but also that might be your problem.
It's probably my problem. I still have to keep one tab of Chrome open because I need to have my like stream manager open, but yeah, oh my god, the bitrate just jumped straight back up. Oh my god, it's so much better. There we go.
Oof.
The RAM guzzler. I remember when I was asking friends, when I was building my computer, I was asking friends about like what parts to get, and I remember one of my friends was like, oh yeah, like if you have like these things, the computer can do process more complicated things, such as one tab of Google Chrome. And I'm like, it's like gaming, or one tab of Google Chrome.
Yeah, like...
But yeah, no, I mean...
Google Chrome is kind of awful.
See, what's your other options, though? I don't like...
Okay, so, let me proselytize to you about, Vivaldi. It runs on Chromium, but it legit runs, like, infinitely better than Google Chrome.
Huh. I think the other thing, too, with Google Chrome is I'm going to admit weakness here. I am so reliant on Google Chrome's, like, login stuff. Like, you know how it can keep you logged into your Google account? Because there's so many things that I'm like, I don't actually remember the password for this account.
I mean, that
I'm,
works.
Like, incredibly reliant. Yeah.
That works, like, as I said, Vivaldi works on Chromium. You can have, all of that stuff work, too.
Ooh, pretty star.
It is just, like, legit, just, like... Understand that me recommending you, fucking Vivaldi is, like, a hipster thing.
Yeah.
Oh
my god, just yet a halfway decent password manager. I mean, I could, but, like... I have to change my password for, like, Crunchyroll every time I log in on my phone because I can't remember what I changed it to last time and my phone doesn't autofill. Like, this is the place I'm at in life.
But yeah, no, like, Vivaldi is, good. But also, if you want a less hipster browser, Opera is generally considered, like, the best, like, alternative, to, like, a mainstream browser.
I mean, I've heard of Opera, so I've never heard of Vivaldi, but I've heard of Opera, so
Yeah, as I said, like, Vivaldi's the hipster choice. I use Vivaldi because Opera started crashing on me.
You know what? I think I might have had Opera on my old computer, because I remember for a while Discord links would automatically open on Opera, which is weird because I don't remember ever downloading Opera. But yeah, no. Like, and they can autofill into mobile, or just show you. See, the thing is, my phone has, like, an autofill thing, but I can't figure out how to set it up, and I just never bothered to finish the setup, because I just couldn't... Like, something was going wrong, so I just never bothered to finish the setup.
Yeah, but actually, like, what I do is that, like, all of my VTuber stuff I keep in Opera, just, like, as a way to, like, separate it, separate the, like, logins and stuff.
I'm just incredibly lazy when it comes to a lot of, like, computer stuff where it's like, yeah, I could do it this way, and it's probably better, but, like, that would mean I need to take 5 minutes to set up, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, like, switching browsers is annoying, and I only really do it when my current browser stops working, which is why I switched from Chrome to Opera, and why I switched from Opera to Vivaldi. And if I ever switch away from Vivaldi, that'll be why. But, I don't know, Vivaldi's been working for me for years, so... Like, I'm hoping I won't have to switch browsers ever again.
Henri says, I hate computers so much because things require setup. Exactly! Exactly. Exactly. You get it. Having things running, great. Setting them up, bleh.
Okay, so how many
Every time I
stars...
have to restart my...
How many stars are there? We have found 5 stars, and I can't tell if...
Every time I have to restart my laptop, I have to deal with my sound settings going up. Like, yeah. Oh my god, there was these VST plugins I was using for Streamlabs for a while that I had to stop using because I was given a tutorial of, like, you know, how exactly to set these up, like what settings to put it to. And then if you close Streamlabs, then it completely resets the settings. So I remember once I started the stream and everyone was like, oh, your audio is really muffled. And I'm like, what? It sounded fine earlier when I tested it out. And yeah, it turns out that, like, yeah, I was just constantly resetting my settings. So, yeah, I had to just give up.
Mm-hmm. So what are we supposed to be doing?
What do we have?
We have a coin, we have a knife, we have a metal detector. There are 5 stars in the river that we can only see when it's off, when the lights are off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where we go from here.
And you said the 5 stars had colors?
Yeah. I have to turn the lights off and, like, find them all again to,
Okay. So if I remember correctly, the 5 star, there's gonna be 5 stars.
Yeah, we found 5 stars.
How many coins? 5 stars, okay.
And there'll be 4 coins.
Okay. And those buttons still don't do anything.
No, they already did something. They got rid of the waterfall.
Oh, right. Yeah, I have to go into the registry editor, goddamn, because it has a stupid setting that makes the first 5 seconds of anything be muted. Oof. Okay, and then turn out the lights, and what does it give you?
That gives us the star, the stars.
That looks all pretty. Aw, it's pretty.
Yeah, so, like, what did I miss?
I think my best guess is that the sizes of the stars might be relevant. To what? I don't remember, but they might be.
Like, if we still had the shovel, I'd be like, do we dig up the spots in the river? But it seems like they just are.
I'm assuming you've already looked at that like bell pepper there.
Yeah, that's where we got the button.
Okay, and did you look at the tomatoes?
Yeah, that does nothing.
Does nothing. Did you look at the flowers?
The flowers are where we got one of the keys or one of the boxes that we opened with a key to get the pattern to turn off the waterfall.
Okay. Yeah, I got nothing, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I'll just click around some more.
There might be something we're still missing.
Yeah.
It's the vegetable garden.
Yeah, in chat, I just used Firefox because I'm a dweeb. Like, I used to use Firefox. It's, Firefox is, like, of the major browsers, Firefox is entirely fine. Like, if you have to use a, like, mainstream browser, like, sure, use Firefox.
Do you know how you sound calling things a mainstream browser?
Yes, I do. Like, I am a fucking hipster. I'm not going to apologize. I use fucking Vivaldi. If I wasn't a hipster, I would not do this stuff. Okay, so I tried using the knife on stuff. Okay! You need to use the metal detector on the tomatoes!
On the tomatoes, of course. I knew there was something to do with the tomatoes.
And then we use the knife on the tomato. Very cool.
You know, vegetables are a perfectly normal and average way to hide things.
Yep, so that's how we get a cucumber.
Make a salad!
No, we need to cut them up to get coins.
Yeah, and then you can use the rest to make a salad.
And you can only... Jesus Christ, you can only use the metal detector if you don't already have a vegetable. Ah! And then we use the knife on the onion, and that's how we get the coins.
Yeah, from vegetables.
And now I go turn off the lights again to track the order of the stars.
Yeah. Always eat your vegetables.
Ah. So, purple. And then... blue. I'm sitting in a really weird way that makes, like, writing very awkward. And yellow.
Oh?
And then... green.
And red.
Pink. I think that's pink.
Pink?
Yeah?
You know what, as the pink expert, I'm going to... I guess that's kind of pink. It's a little pink. It's not pink if I would have looked at it first. That looks like red to me.
It's too light to be red.
I mean, yeah, but, like, red light is different from, like, pink light.
Yes, but light red is pink.
How dare you say something like that?
It's just color theory.
I don't know. I remember once I was at Home Depot a few years ago and I was like looking for paints and I was looking for pink paint and there was one brand that had everything designated as light red. Like it had, they're like, it's not pink, it's light red, and it's like,
I have no idea what order these are supposed to be in, because only 2 of these correlate to colors that we have.
Hold on.
And there's also only 4 of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because there's no purple, and what's the other one you're missing? Blue.
Yeah, we're also missing blue. So... I guess... Wait. So, white. Yellow... Wait. I misclicked.
What?
Oh, what the fuck? Wait? It matters because weight? That... Huh.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, so green is heavier than yellow.
Okay. Would it make sense to just weigh them individually instead of trying to weigh them 2 at once?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how much green is.
Okay, okay. I don't know if the number itself matters, though. I think it's just in comparison with each other.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, so white is very heavy.
Thick.
Red is the heaviest.
It's a thick coin. Thick.
So red, white. What? What? Why?
Who would design a thing like this? Tell me your building wasn't designed for people to live in for a long period of time without telling me that your building was not designed to have people live in it for a long period of time.
Okay, and then just one last test. Yeah. Okay, I have it. And it does it again. Why would you make a scale like this? Why would you make that?
No time limits, only scale limits, I guess. It's not like a matter of like, it's a classic puzzle, yeah. You know?
But
you can only weigh things so many times before the entire scale just completely falls apart.
But
Did I had it backwards.
What?
That might have been backwards.
I think, yeah, I put them in backwards. But maybe that order matters. Or not. Cool, so I have convinced someone to use, use Vivaldi. That's neat. Like, Vivaldi is a nice browser. Fun fact, Vivaldi has, has this thing where, you can, words. Words. You can pop out a video. So it's like, you can have a video playing, and then you can just sort of picture-in-picture.
Like, pop out just the video without popping
Yeah, pop out just the video, and then you can move that around wherever. And it's a super nice feature. It, like...
Yeah, it's like how you have on phones, where you, like, you can use YouTube while using other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Firefox has that too. Wasn't aware of that. But yeah, Vivaldi added that a while back. It also has like a built-in ad blocker, a built-in VPN, a whole bunch of features that they've added recently, which seem like really useful if you start using them when you start using Vivaldi. But I've been using Vivaldi for years, so it's just kind of like not really something I want to like relearn. But it's like, it has, like, just a ton of really nice quality of life features. And I think it's a great browser. It has... one of its most dangerous features is that it lets you stack tabs.
Oh, no.
So it's like, I have had stacks of tabs that are, like, 90 tabs. But because it... like, as far as, like, the like, tab bar is concerned, it's only one thing. It's like, oh, this is fine. I don't have a problem with having too many tabs open. See, it's only 2.
Times 90. Okay, so we have 9 stars. Let me just touch them. Oh, see, now this is too many stars.
Is it?
Or never mind, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, you just need to touch the stars that are there. Okay, I thought you needed to, like, touch all of them in a certain order.
Yep.
Touch. Touch.
So yeah, I was recently looking into if there was a way to stack tabs on Firefox and just use some extension that kinda did it, so this is cool. Yeah, no, it's like, tab stacking, like, ended up becoming one of my most used features. And I was just like, I wasn't super into it when it was first added, but then it's like, no, it's legit great. Because it's like, even if I'm only, like, working with, like, 5 tabs, it's nice to be able to be like, these 2 tabs, I am using these together. If I'm using one, it can just be paired with the other, and when I'm done, I can close them both. And then it's like, it just makes things way more nice and clean.
Yeah, to be honest, that probably would be good for me because I shop online a lot, but the way I do it is often like, because I don't like making impulse purchases, right? So often what will happen is that I'll have a tab, like I'll keep whatever I want to buy open in a tab, and then, especially if it's late at night, I'll think, okay, I'll go to bed. If I wake up tomorrow and I still want it, then I'll get it. So what happens is I keep a lot of tabs just open. Again, this was more on my laptop than on my desktop, because my laptop, I can just close it, whereas my desktop, like, I have to, like, shut down the computer overnight, but... yeah, a lot of the times, yeah, I would have, like, a bajillion tabs of stuff that I had wanted to buy one night, and then I went to bed, and then I guess I woke up the next day and didn't want to buy it, and I just forgot to close the tab. So...
Yeah, no, it's like, I have used it for that purpose before. That's, like, nice. Trying to think of what other nice features that Baldi has. It's just, like... I don't know, it also just, like, does update pretty consistently, which is nice, and not just, like, bug fixes, but, like, the devs are actively adding new features.
Updates. That's the other thing I refuse to do with computers.
Okay, so what is the other order we have to have here?
For like a week, and I've simply ignored it. Can you not just do it backwards?
That was the first thing I tried.
Oh, okay. Boom. 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 Boom.
Wait, what was that hint at the end there? Oh, the size of the stars.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, no. Okay, so purple is smallest. Pink is the biggest. I remember that much. Yellow seems... Wait, okay, no. Green is the smallest.
Green is tiny. Green is baby. It's baby.
Cool. This was an easy room.
It's a pleasant room.
Yeah. Like, we've seen this room a few other times, and it's always just been, like, my favorite room in the room. Or in the game.
Well, I think it's just the room that looks the least like a room. Because it kind of has that greenhouse.
Yeah, no, it just seems pleasant. Like,
it's the mental health room.
Yeah, I just like to come here and
everyone
vibe.
goes get the daylight.
Other order there? Okay, cool.
Woo! I'm gonna vibe. Okay, I'm done vibing.
Something about that is really funny to me.
Like, I have finished vibing. Vibing complete.
Wait. Did I get the order wrong? Yeah, okay, there we go.
There we go.
Hey, it's that map we've seen.
Totally not the same one we've been looking at for the entire game.
We haven't seen this before.
Yeah, this is new, yeah.
Nevada test site. That brings two things to mind. One of which is the first game, and the second of which is nuclear testing in, like, the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, I was thinking it's probably something to do with the first game.
I mean, right? I feel like it's probably both.
Surely it must.
Like, even if both is just the reason why Nevada was picked in the first game is that, it's all of the experiments that were done in, the Nevada desert.
I mean, to be honest, the choice isn't arbitrary. Uchikoshi probably read an Wikipedia article about it or something and decided to put it there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also just the way that this game concerns massive fuck-off bombs is also sort of evocative of Nevada testing.
Yay!
So this week's notes are a bunch of colors and also 11 different flavors of King Arthur.
I mean, I don't know if that's better or worse than our, like, previous chart of, like, which characters have teeth.
I think that's I think that's better than teeth. Teeth is the worst.
Better than teeth?
Yeah. It's like, at least most of these versions of King Arthur are cute. I am, like, legit kind of annoyed that I missed, Mysterious Heroine Alter, because she is one of my favorite servants in Fate. As far as the design is concerned. Because she's just wearing, like, street fashion. Like...
Hold on, I'm gonna pull her right now.
Yeah. Mysterious Heroine Alter is the name.
Alter, okay. Heroine Alter. Huh. I'm not gonna lie, she looks like she comes from a different game.
Yeah, I can see that. It's a lot more casual design.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas, like, everyone else is like... I mean, everyone else is here to fight, and she's just like... She's just a college student who wants to sit in a cafe and sip her latte while working on, like, on homework.
Actually, question, does Fate Go ever have, like, crossovers with other franchises? Like, where other...
That's a really complicated question, actually.
Oh, no.
Okay, so, like... Is Kara no Kyokai a separate franchise from Fate?
Okay.
Is Tsukihime a different franchise from Fate?
I see. It's like related things, but not like it's not like totally unrelated franchises. Like
I'm pretty sure there are servants from Fate Strange Fake in FGO. In which case, like Tsukihime, cause the thing about Fate Strange Fake is that it takes stuff from Tsukihime that doesn't exist in any other Fate installment as like a basic rule, and just like these things are here now. And so if you have Fate Strange Fake, that like opens up the rest of the Nasuverse, but also they have straight up have Kana no Kyokai. Ryoga Shiki is in the game.
Okay, so it's not really crossovers so much as like crossovers with stuff that was kind of already there.
It's not really crossovers. It's just including the greater Nasuverse, which is already an extended universe, which has like already had crossovers in the past.
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. No, I was thinking of something more like I think they haven't brought it to the English version yet, but the Japanese server for Bang Dream had a collaboration with Zombieland Saga, which meant that Kotaro Tatsumi is now the first man in the Bang Dream universe to have both a name and a face.
I saw that. I saw people talking about that.
I know, it's like, they actually made like a live 2D model for him and put him in the game. We got the voice actor to come voice lines and stuff, like, yeah, I mean, it's not like it doesn't fit, but yeah, it is very much two unrelated things. Or you know what, you know what franchise has had collaborations with literally everything for some reason?
Granblue?
I mean, yeah, that, but no, I was thinking about, Is the Order a Rabbit?
Huh.
That one, I don't know why, every game I've played has had a collab with that at some point. And I'm like, is it still a popular thing in Japan and I'm just not aware of it?
Did you know that the Monogatari Gacha game, in the like 8 months that it existed, did crossovers with both Sadagoto, which like makes sense because they're both Nisio Isin properties, but also Fate? Fate hasn't been in other series, or Fate hasn't had crossovers, but it has been a part of crossovers.
Okay. No, I mean, Fate in a Monogatari Gacha game sounds like the most radcore thing that exists.
Yeah.
I was also thinking about how, I'm pretty sure Monogatari had a crossover with, the Madoka Gacha.
Oh yeah, Monogatari.
The, yeah.
Monogatari.
Because I remember, yeah, Madogatari. Yeah, I remember it, because, no, but like they put some of the Monogatari characters into Magia Records.
Yeah, yeah.
You could pull Naruto, and you could pull,
It was, I know there was Kanbaru, Hachikuji, and Shinobu.
No, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing a Nadeko, but I meant...
No, I meant, like, you mentioned Nadeko, and here are the others.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
There might have just been all of the Bake girls.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
But, like... Hello?
Yeah, we're getting into Alice lore.
Oh, cool. I am watching it, and I can watch and talk at the same time.
Okay. It's just because the music stops, so it's like, you know she's about to say something important.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
No,
But,
I have nothing more to add about...
Arknights recently did a crossover.
With what?
Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh! I think I saw a picture of that. Like... Is there a lot of crossover between those two audiences, or...?
I have no idea.
I think the one crossover that I found really interesting was, and I never played the game, so I was just interested in a way of, like, how did this happen, was, you know the game, Valhalla, like, the, like, visual novel about cyberpunk art? Yeah, that had a crossover with a gacha game called, Girls Frontline.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and apparently it was like a really detailed collab. Like they had like a bartending minigame within the game. And apparently some of the crossover characters were apparently quite good. It was also, I think, the first case for some of the Valhalla characters. It was like the first situation where we actually had good full body art of them. Because in the game they only mostly show up as like half body sprites.
See, for the Rainbow Six crossover, what they did is they just added the worst boss in the game for the event. Like, that event is like unbearably difficult. Because it's like the level already has annoying mechanics to it. And then they just add this fucker who doesn't die and makes about a billion things that you need to block, and it's like everyone except like the top 1% of players were like, this is awful. They should have never done this. And then that other 1% of players is like, I'm glad they finally added a difficult boss to this game. It was also, just it was just not a cool collab IMO. Because
anyway, so what are your thoughts on this Alice reveal?
I said I was gonna pay attention, but then I got caught rambling. I'm gonna go right back. Because
yeah, you probably should, because yeah, it's not what you're expecting. There's a reason why I wanted you to stop.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's that was funny. I think I hit this reveal much earlier into the game than we did this time. But yeah, I remember it was just like, oh, okay. It literally it's not the mummy from the first game. It's just like literally just some lady. It's some lady.
I mean, like the lost her memory thing. Like, I'm not holding that against. Like, this game might do that. Anyway, the Rainbow Six Arknights crossover sucked. They didn't even make the Rainbow Six people like cat girls. Like, they made it an isekai.
Cowards.
Like, all of a sudden, these people, like, they just straight up get isekai'd into the Arknights world. And
boring.
There is a ton of, like, world-building exposition that we get because of it. Like, that's how we find out that the Arknights world has a completely different, like, physics system. And, like, everything just works differently.
Boring. Make them husbandos.
Yeah, and, I mean, a lot of people have, like, done theories that, like, after these characters are on Terra long enough, they're just gonna turn into, like, Kimono Mimi. Which is kind of horrifying to think about.
Yeah, you just, like, grow ears if you stay there long enough.
And, one of them had had, like, an official skin where she's wearing a hat with cat ears. As, like, a way to blend in. But it's also just like, I don't know, it takes me out of the game a little that there is a character in Arknights now who was born in Israel and served in the IDF. Like, maybe you don't have characters in your game be people who have perpetuated real-world genocides. Yeah. But, I don't know. The event sucked for other reasons, like that boss I mentioned. Also, the way they marketed the event was super weird. Because, like...
Well, again, like, I was going to say, like, is there much of a crossover between these franchises, like, audience-wise? Like, what led to this decision?
I can see that, like, Arknights has a very, like, industrial military aesthetic, so I can imagine, I can imagine there being aesthetic crossover for both, and maybe there's gameplay crossover. Like, they're both popular, so I imagine there's gotta be, like, an amount of people who like both.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just kind of, like, weird. But the thing is that, like, with, like, 3 days left in the event, they were like... And, for the record, events run for 2 weeks, and it had been announced, like, multiple weeks in advance. But with 3 days left in the event, they were like, hey, if you live in Los Angeles, we spray painted the side of a building with an ad. And also, if you're in this city in Canada, we have this ad running on the buses. Like, on the side of buses. And, like...
You're like, okay.
Why? And, like, there was, like, another thing that they were like, here's something we're mentioning that we did on the last day of the event. So it's like, why that?
They just did all their marketing stuff done at, like, the last second, and then, like, it took, like, 2 weeks to process or something, like...
Probably. It's also, words. The thing that they did in LA was really funny, because it's like, they took this wall that, like, it's clearly the kind of wall that companies can buy, or, like, people can, like...
Yeah, like, kind of.
You're allowed to spray paint there.
Mm-hmm.
But, so it's like, you have this big mural that is the key art of the event, but it has the fucking copyright information. So it's not just, like...
Like, spray painted on?
Yeah, so it's not just, like... You could just have the mural of the characters and stuff, or you could even have the mural with, like, the logos. But then down at the bottom, it's, like, copyright, Yoastar, and, like, a Hypergriff, and Ubisoft, and, like... What? This makes it look so much less cool.
I don't know, I'm just imagining, like, being the person who had to spray paint on the copyright, like, at the bottom.
I imagine it wasn't actually spray paint. It was probably, like, something else.
Oh. Yeah.
But it was still just like, this is kind of dumb.
Okay, where are we in the flowchart? Okay, so we're about to hit another...
Another what?
I think we're gonna sit through a bunch of people being like, where's what's the disease?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're about to run up against another alien.
But we know where he is.
Yeah.
So, we're just gonna have to go find him. Yeah. I feel like Arknights is probably gonna do another crossover in the future. Just cause, like, if you're, like, there are games that don't do crossovers. Like FGO. But you don't just do one crossover.
Yeah.
Like, that's a Pandora's box. You don't open it and then just close it right away.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because, so the thing that sets Arknights apart from a lot of other gacha games is that when they add 6-star characters to the game, typically, they're just a part of the summoning pool now. That, like...
Oh, so you can still get them later, right?
Yeah. They can just show up in any role you do, forever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, they have in time started adding a few limited banners. So it's like, there's one that they do every Chinese New Year. That's like, it has, like, there is an ongoing story in the Chinese New Year events that tie into the characters being added. And those characters are always limited. And you can, like, you can roll for the characters, like, in the future limited banners that add someone new. But how it works for the crossover characters is that because they are someone else's IP, they will never come back, probably.
Oh, yeah.
So you spend your money there or you don't get the characters. And I imagine as a company trying to get money, it's nice to be able to say, give us your money now.
Yeah.
Because that's, like...
Yeah.
Knowing, like, I won't get another chance to roll this character for another year is FOMO. But...
Yeah.
Like, I will never get to roll this character again is, like, a lot. So I won't be surprised if, like, next March or April we get another, crossover. I just hope it's something better than Rainbow Six.
I don't know, because, like, again, most of the games I played are, like, rhythm games, so, like, the crossovers largely are just like, oh yeah, we sang a song from a thing, and maybe we'll have, like, some stories and some, like, costumes to go with it. Like, I think Bang Dream had a Persona 5, or they had a Persona, like, the whole Persona franchise kind of collab. So some characters got some Persona 5 themed costumes, and then they covered a bunch of Persona songs, and, like, I feel like it's an easy franchise to do stuff with, because all you gotta do is cover the songs. Same with D4DJ, they're kind of the same case of, like, cover the songs, and maybe have a story to go with it if you want, but... Yeah. And then, like, I'm trying to think... I don't think Project Sekai has had a crossover yet. Unless I'm wrong. But the thing is that Project Sekai is based on Vocaloid, which means that we've already got, like, a bajillion things. Like, they've already got a lot to work with.
Yeah, but it is, like... Any future crossovers that Arknights does will have to be more isekai stories. So, like, if they decide next year, like, Love Live crossover time, suddenly Nico fucking Izawa is getting isekai'd into Catgirl World.
I feel like it'd be fun here the other way around, though. Like, you know, have, like, army waifus being summoned into the Love Live universe. Like,
I don't think Love Live needs war criminals.
I don't think Love Live needs more characters either.
Yeah, but, like, there is just a very hard difference in aesthetic there. Cause, like, even the cutest characters in Arknights will, like, they fight. They are military people. They have guns and whatever. So it's like, the thought of, like, typical anime crossovers happening is, like, really weird. I am like, I also just don't like Arknights doing crossovers because of how, like, weird it is for that to happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, there are very few crossovers that I would accept in Arknights. And even then, I wouldn't really like it. But, like, yes, if they put Monogatari characters in Arknights, I will probably roll for them. Like, yeah, I'm a basic bitch like that, but it's like, I won't like that they're there.
Yeah.
And also, like, the things that I want them to cross over with are incredibly likely to get crossed over with. And, I don't know. I think it's just neat, though. Arknights is a lot, but it's cool. Oh, that just ping-pong ball in my brain. That just brought me to another thought. It's, like, gacha games with big casts are neat for, like, for voice actor fans.
Yeah. Because you get, like, everyone needs a new voice actor, right?
Yeah. So you end up, like, often voice actors will play multiple roles.
Mm-hmm.
But that can still be interesting because there'll be different performances.
Yeah.
And, like, most of the Monogatari cast is in, Arknights. Because you have, like, God, I'm trying,
I'm gonna be honest. Most of the Monogatari cast is in literally everything.
Yes, which is why I think it's notable that they aren't all there. It's still missing Miyuki Sawashiro and, Hiroshi Kamiya.
I see.
But, like, you have, I'm forgetting Skihi's Seiyu's name. Yuka Iguchi, that's it. Yuka Iguchi plays two different characters. And one of them is, like, a medic girl who has a twin sister, and the sisters fight a lot, and that's their thing. And then she also plays this divorced dragon woman who, her wife took the child in the divorce, and I'm not making this up. Like, there is just this, like, pair of gay exes who are divorced. And you have Skihi fucking Aranagi playing one of them. You also have Kanahana playing a horse knight girl.
Once again, I feel like saying that Kanahana is in this feels like cheating because she's kind of in everything.
Yeah, no, it's more like Kanahana is playing this in particular. Chiwa Saito plays an otter.
An otter? Like the animal?
Yeah, Otter Girl. Otter Girl is a mechanic. She makes robot otters. Yui Horii plays the most fucking overpowered character in the game. Like, Cert is like the kind of character that warps the game around her. Because you just put her in a level and she is your free win button. And she's voiced by Yui Horii, who voiced Tanakawa. They also have Eri Kitamura and Saori Hayami and Marina Inoue and Kari Mizuhashi. But I don't think I remember who all they are. Marina Inoue plays a buffalo, who is also a Greek priestess.
A buffalo.
What?
A buffalo.
Yeah, buffalo girl with like big horns.
Ooh, buffalo.
I wish I could tab out so I could like look this up.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Hold on. Dio is, Dio wide. You left him wide. You left him wide. No, it's okay. I mean, I'm kind of the same with English voice actors, where I'm just, like, going through... And English voice actors, it's even more so remembering who does what, because everyone's kind of in everything. So, yeah, I'm Okay, for everyone listening, I'm thinking of streaming the Somnium Files at some point, and I will be playing with English voices, and I will be testing everybody to see if they remember, like, if they recognize any of these voices, because you probably do, if you played anything else in English.
Okay, so... Okay, so Kanahana only plays the horse girl.
Only the horse.
I thought she played someone else. Sayori Hayami plays the Dalai Lama cat girl.
Okay.
Little known Monogatari voice actress Yoko Hikasa plays an immortal cat girl who has very dubious ethics.
Is little known, is that sarcasm or not?
It's little known in that people don't generally remember that she played a Monogatari character.
Who did she play?
Hikasa.
Who?
In Hana Monogatari,
the other girl.
Kanbaru has this friend that she talks to, like, once. And they got Yoko fucking Hikasa to play her.
Okay. So we just got stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going through this side?
Yep. Might as well.
Hopefully it's not long.
Yep, and then there's Yukiguchi playing Hibiscus and Saria. Maria Issei plays a penguin.
Penguin.
Who is also an explorer. Kaito Ishikawa plays a twink. Yui Ishikawa plays some people. I don't know how well you know Japanese voice actresses, so...
I know a little bit. I think... Here's the thing. I don't recognize Japanese voice actors. Like, when I hear the voice, I don't recognize it instantly the same way I can for, like, English voice actors. There are a few I can, like, track across shows. Like, Araragi's voice actor, like, Hiroshi Kamiya.
Yeah.
He also plays Saiki Kusuo, and he was also in Carol and Tuesday, which was incredibly funny. Because most of the scenes, he played Tao, who's, like, this very, like, serious character. And what's his name? It was another character voiced by... Oh god, I hate this, I forget his name. Kotaro Tatsumi, voice actor. He's in everything! What's his name? He's in everything and everyone likes him. What's his name? Kotaro Zombieland Saga's voice actor.
I know who you're talking about.
How are we blank? We're both blanking on the name. No. Either way, he had scenes with that guy, and they were funny together. Cause yeah, like he always plays like Hiroshi Kamiya. He always plays like very like deadpan kind of characters.
Yeah.
Like he's not exactly getting typecast, but like there is a type.
Yeah.
So.
I found the characters that Eri Kitamura plays. They're like nothing like Karen, because they're both goats, and they're from this like jungle tribe, and one of them is a bit of a fashionista, and like the other is a researcher, and it's weird. It's not really a role I would expect for Eri Kitamura.
Is everybody in Arknights like an animal person?
Yes.
Okay.
That's like part of the gimmick. Like, they are all human, but human is composed of all of these different subraces. So you have birds, you have horses, you have goats, you have cats. Are you familiar with Yu Kobayashi?
The name sounds so familiar, but I can't remember.
You've probably, like, she has been in a lot, especially, a lot of chef shows. She plays a character, and I am not fucking kidding, called Waifu.
That sounds like a made-up character that somebody made up for like an American TV show where there's like a one-off episode about a guy who gets really into anime.
WAAI space FU. Waifu.
Why?
She's a tiger. Like, honestly, if I was picking her voice actress, I would have gone with Eri Kitamura because, like, she is much more of a Karen-type character. Like, she is a hero of justice and stuff. And I kind of love her for it.
Actually, sorry, on the topic of Animal Girls, a franchise that everyone except me seems to be super familiar with is, Horse Girls Gacha.
Oh, Uma Musume?
Everyone I follow on Twitter is really into that, and I know nothing.
Yeah, I never really got into that.
Yeah, Uma Musume, yeah. Everyone I follow on Twitter is, like, constantly posting Uma Musume artwork. Even people who, like, based on their other tastes, probably wouldn't, like, I don't think would like Uma Musume. They all are really into Uma Musume.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, clearly, this is apparently something I should try, given how like, everyone I've talked to seems to be really into it.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh, hey, you know Tomoyo Kurosawa?
Yes, that one I'm familiar with.
She plays a donkey,
Donkey.
who is actually a rabbit, but it's funnier to call her a donkey.
Ass.
Yeah, she is she's actually like the main character of the game, which is why like it's fitting that that Waimoyo would play her.
Mm-hmm.
And also like she is the main character. She is the leader of this pharmaceutical company that it also works as a PMC, and she's also 14.
That is a very anime sentence.
Yeah. Yeah, Yoko Hikasa plays her adopted mother. Let's see. Oh, okay. So in Arc Knights, Kaori Mizuhashi and Yuka Aguchi play sisters. And are you familiar with who Kaori Mizuhashi plays in Monogatari?
Is it Onono?
It's Ogi.
Oh, it's Ogi. Okay.
Yeah. I have sold a second person on Vivaldi. Cool. Sweet.
Unintentional Vivaldi spokesperson.
But yeah, so Kaori Mizuhashi plays Lava, who is great because she is this like college-age girl who never grew out of her like chuny phase. And she goes by the name Lava the Purgatory. And also her girlfriend is an immortal god dragon. And I love those two.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if your friend was an immortal god dragon, I feel like that kind of gives you a license to be chuny. Like,
Lava was being this way before she met Nian. But yeah, no. So that's like one of the other character that Kaori Mizuhashi plays is a bird detective. Who is a bird detective? Yeah, she's a bird. I think she's a kind of penguin.
Okay.
She doesn't really do a lot, but she's neat. And I
heard bird detective, and my brain just jumped to that part in Ace Attorney where you cross examine a parrot.
Okay,
Wait,
you know
do
what?
you know anything about Ace Attorney?
If I could draw that, I would draw a redraw with that.
Cross-examining a parrot.
Yeah, just bringing out May. But yeah,
I'm sure, like, if there are enough, if Arknights is popular enough, I'm sure someone has probably attempted to make like a fan-made Arknights case.
It's
I'm
not
sure
that
that probably
popular.
is.
It has like, as far as like a dedicated fandom, it is still somewhat niche in that regard. It's growing, so you know, you might get that eventually, but like, it's not quite that popular yet.
Yeah.
Oh hey.
I need.
Oh, yeah.
I need to check out like fan-made Ace Attorney games because I know there's several of them. Of like popular fan-made ones. Like people have gone through and made like full, not just like individual cases, but people have gone through and made like full fan games with like, you know, 4 or 5 cases. And like some of them are apparently quite good. I just need to actually check them out.
Oh yeah. Nana Mizuki is in this game.
Name sounds familiar. Who is it?
Mizuki Nana, have you seen Symphogear?
No, everyone tells me to, but I haven't.
It's overrated. Have you heard the OP?
No.
It's not overrated. Have you seen Nanoha?
No, but I'm familiar with it.
Have you seen, Precure?
I have seen a Precure. At
Yeah,
least one.
have you seen Hugto?
Hugto? No, that's the one. You're just naming off things that everyone has told me to watch, but I haven't gotten around to watching yet.
I'm pretty sure she's in Hugto. Pausing the game again. Okay, no, I was thinking of the wrong one. In Nanoha, she plays, she plays the girlfriend of Clover's voice actress. And Clover's voice actress plays a character in Hugto, which is why I was making that association.
Okay. Yeah, no, that way you were just naming off like one big list of things that everyone tells me to watch, but that I haven't gotten around to watching yet. Like, if you would have just added like Aikatsu and Uma Musume to that list, like you would have just rounded it out.
She probably plays a character in Uma Musume. But no, Mostima, she plays a fallen angel. And that fallen angel is a really cool character that I really like.
I keep seeing ads for the Konosuba Gacha game. Is anybody on Earth playing the Konosuba Gacha game?
Not that I know.
Is there even... I wasn't even aware that there was enough Konosuba content to bother making a gacha game out of.
Novels and manga, I guess?
I guess, yeah, and I guess you can do the like Bang Dream approach of making a bajillion outfits for each character, but like, I don't know, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like there's clearly going to be like 4 characters that people actually care about, and then everything else is just going to be kind of there.
Yeah. There probably will be a lot of, alternate outfits. It sucks that every time I want to do something in another tab, I have to pause the game.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm gonna try it for 3 seconds. Okay, good luck.
Okay, no. I thought I knew a voice actor was in a thing, and it turns out she wasn't.
It has all of 2 minutes to catch me. I hope you pull a Megami.
Oh, wow, okay.
Don't pull a Megami.
Maya Uchida. Are you familiar with, actually no, fuck, I confuse Maya Uchida and, Maya Sakamoto. Often. But Maya Uchida is also a notable voice actress, which is why I get them confused. Have you seen, Chunibyo?
A few episodes, yes.
Did you watch it in Japanese?
Yes.
She plays Rika. You do the Genshin, right?
I did do the Genshin, but I was playing in English.
Okay. Apparently Maya Uchida played Fischl.
Interesting. Oh, wait, hold on. That's cheating. That's the same person twice.
I suspect there might have been some typecasting there.
Yeah.
Anyway, in Arknights, she plays, she plays a woman who wears a giant suit and beats people over the head really hard. She's the character that people horny post about having their heads smashed in and shit like that.
Yeah, I see.
Except she's actually like 5'6", which is really funny to me.
I mean, okay, to be honest, the rest of these characters are probably like 5'1" or something. Like,
yeah, no, it's, well, okay, the thing is, like, she is tall for female characters, but like male characters get to be like 7 feet tall in this game, and like female characters max out at 6 feet. And people do get kind of mad about that, and it is just kind of like, you could do better.
let the boys be short.
So, Aoyuki plays a few characters here. She plays a bookworm bear with lots of trauma.
Okay.
Because, God, I could talk a lot about the bears with trauma because there's a bunch of them and I love them a lot. They're very good. But she also plays a gay immortal god dragon. Who,
Is this the one that his friend was with Kunibio girl?
Yeah, the one where, she is dating the tuning girl. She also plays a character I know very little about, but who is a goat.
Interesting. Goat.
Yeah. Arknights has a lot of voice actresses, though. This is skipping most people.
Well, didn't you say they have like 200 characters? So like,
yeah.
Eventually, they're going to cast every single prominent person in the industry.
Yeah, which means that Miyuki Sabashiro will happen eventually. Now I'm just like looking through because it's like we're just going through the same exposition again that we always do.
Yeah. Sigma is once again stating the obvious.
Oh hey, Nico plays a cop. Nico Yazawa.
Like, oh, her name is not. My brain is like, oh, her full name is Nico Ni, right?
I've called her Nico Yazawa in this stream before.
I know. Okay. Here we go.
But, yeah, so Nico plays a cop who is also a cat girl.
Okay. Lily's
voice actress in Zombieland Saga plays a bunny girl.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's a lot of voice actresses out there, aren't there?
Wow, there sure is.
Yup. And it's like, what are ones who have been in shows that I care about, and who are ones that are in shows that you will care about?
I don't know. Like, I mean, those aren't mutually exclusive categories.
Yeah. Okay, here's one. Asisa Tadokoro.
It sounds familiar. Is she in Bang Dream? No.
Kaoru Seita.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I was gonna say Bang Dream. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
She is also in Aikatsu. And
I haven't seen Aikatsu.
I thought about leading with Aikatsu because you had just mentioned it as something you haven't seen. She was also in Violet Evergarden, which I haven't seen.
I started that one and I don't think I finished it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Asisa Tadokoro plays a cool gay, like, cool in the, like, sort of like cool and collected type of character, wolf girl. which like
Okay, I was gonna say, you said cool, and I'm like, okay, so it's the same as Kaoru, but it's not quite the same. Kaoru is cool.
it's like
I wouldn't say cool and collected.
I would say that there is overlap between Texas and Kaoru, definitely.
Yeah. But no, Kaoru is very much like a theater kid. Like, I would hardly call her collected.
Yeah, it's more like they're the same archetype played different ways. Kaoru sort of leans into it. Texas is just kind of like, like she's sort of disaffected. But also, a completely different character. The same voice actress plays a rabbit who is Australian.
Like, canonically, or?
So a lot of Arknights countries are based... well, all Arknights countries are based on real-world countries, usuly taking one or two real-world countries and, like, combining them. So it's like, there is a country that is Switzerland plus the Vatican. In this case, it's just Australia. And that's where all the rabbits are from.
That feels like a really weird way to world build, though, because I'm like, imagine having a whole bunch of like made up countries, and then you just have Australia.
Well, it's sort of like they pick and choose what from these countries they take. So it's not just Australia. It's like it's a mining colony that was populated by former slaves. And so it's like, and then there's a bunch of other stuff, but it's like, it's not just literally Australia.
Yeah, it's like clear parallels, but it's not like canonically Australia.
Yeah, whereas, and it's like, you have this country called Colombia, which is America, but it's very like turn of the century America.
Yeah.
Oh. I just remembered an Arknights fact that I'm not gonna say aloud in this stream, just because...
Okay.
If I say why I'm not saying it, it kind of negates the point of not saying it. I guess I can just say it.
Okay.
Ina drew an Arknights character, but not as Ina.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you mentioned that a few streams ago, I think.
Did I mention it on stream, or did I mention it after stream?
Good question. I don't remember.
I think I mentioned it after stream, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Okay.
But yeah, Ina did an Arknights character, and I'm not gonna say who it is.
Yeah. But no, you told me about this a few weeks ago.
Minori Suzuki. I doubt you're familiar with her, but she was an Uma Musume, so there we go, we've gotten all of those.
I don't know. I feel like the other thing with a lot of these things that people tell me to watch I never get around to, it's because they're always so long. Like, isn't there like a bajillion seasons of Aikatsu and a bajillion seasons of Precure and a bajillion
there's
seasons
only...
of Symphogear?
Okay, so in original Aikatsu there's only 4 seasons, but 3 of those are 50 episodes and 1 of them is 25 episodes.
Yeah. I mean, that's not as bad as Precure, but like... That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. And that's just original Aikatsu. There is also Aikatsu Stars, which is 2 50-episode seasons, and there's Aikatsu Friends, which was a 50-episode season and a 25-episode season. And just, like, a lot of stuff like that.
Oh no, Wigs. Oh my god, I can't use Wigzinator as my username because it's too long. Oh, for the Konosuba game? Oh no. We can become like Wigzina. It's like how my first Nintendo was called Princes because I wanted to name it Princess, but Princess was too many letters, so Princes.
Here is one you might know. Asumi Shimoda?
Hint.
Vocaloid. She is a Vocaloid.
Rin?
Yes.
Rin and Let?
Yep.
Yes.
She plays a punk demon. With a lance.
Interesting. With a lance.
Yep.
探索に戻ろうよ。秘密の抜け道みたいなものまだ見つかってないんでしょ。だったら
What timeline are we in again right now?
Let me check. Middle,
Okay.
yeah, middle left. Haven't moved on yet.
Middle left. Okay. Vocaloid? Yeah, Vocaloid. I mean, the Vocaloids are, like, still voiced by people.
Yeah, they just say a bunch of things and then they use that, like, all of those things can be turned into words.
Ah, okay. We just got rated by, Shori MP by Shrimp.
Nice.
We just got shrimped. Hi, Shrimp. Raid.
Yeah, right now I am just reading off, voice actors who are in Arknights, because I find this stuff fun.
Yeah, that's also how Vocaloid. That's also how Vocaloid came up.
Oh, Ran Mitake plays, Kanahana's sister in this game.
Do I know that?
Ran Mitake? From Bang Dream?
Is that a character name or is that a voice actor name?
Character name. Ran.
Oh, wait, no, okay. Oh, Ranmi. Oh, okay. I was like, I heard Ray, and I'm like, Ray Mitake. I'm like, because I know there is a character named Ray, I think, in Bang
No, the one who has my name.
Right, Shadow the Hedgehog. She's like the designated character with red stripe in hair. Like black hair with red stripe.
She's cool, IMO.
Yeah. So yeah, I used to be Nori Coconut, that name went familiar. Yeah, I think I'm following you on Twitter, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're all
Alice
semi-trolls.
Okay, Ran, this might be an answer you might know. Is Alice Sayaka Ohara in here?
Sayaka Ohara?
Oh wait, no, never mind.
Yes, she is.
Oh, okay, good catch, Wasp. Good catch.
She plays a deer monk.
A deer monk?
Yeah. She's a Shinto monk who is also a deer.
A deer. Oh right, this is the timeline where they don't tell you anything.
Yeah, that... There's gotta be one of those. I'm trying to remember. Oh wait, okay. The fucking Zombieland Saga guy. I remembered his name, but like the way
the guy whose name we were both thinking on.
Yeah, Mamoru Miyano.
Miyano. Okay, yeah, we were talking about it earlier, and we both completely blanked on his name. We're just like, it's the Zombieland Saga guy.
I'll check him after, but like there are enough voice actors in this game that they split it into 2 pages, so I'm still on one of the other page. There is someone on here who like this page just like lists a bunch of other things that the person has done. This one just says various supporting characters, nothing special.
Nothing special. Oh my god, that's so rude.
Yeah, like, ow.
just like nothing special. It's like, well, they have done nothing else important in their entire life.
And they played like a D tier medic in Arknights.
I mean, I guess that's cool. That's like their first named role, though. Like,
yeah, like you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kana from Dragon Maid plays a sea dragon.
But yeah, no. The character named Kotaro Tatsumi. Yeah, no. That's the problem. I remember Kotaro's name. I forgot Mamoru Miyano's name. Even though I know he's been in other things. Like, he was in Sarazanmai. And others. I think he was in Free. I think. I just remember, like, he's been in a lot of stuff. I just was completely I blanked on his name.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's on here, actually. I don't think, yeah. I'm not seeing him.
Woo!
Wow.
We found something he's not in.
Yeah. Let's see. What other ones are interesting? Have you seen Penguin Drum?
Have I seen Penguin Drum? Of course I've seen Penguin Drum.
Uh,
I think I am.
Ringo plays a dolphin, I think? Or maybe, like, some sort of like, dolphin-shaped sea mammal.
Dolphin.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm having trouble envisioning what like a dolphin girl would look like.
I
don't know, it's not an animal that like
the way that a lot of the way that a lot of the fish people in Archetypes work is that, like, their fish features either are non-existent or they're really subtle.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like you have some characters where it's like it lists their race as unknown, and like you can generally tell that they're Eggy from their aesthetic, but like from their actual design, you don't actually get anything.
Because I was gonna say, like, it's one thing to have like a mermaid, but if they actually need to have like legs and stuff, then that kind of falls apart.
Yeah. And you get a lot of characters who it's like they're some kind of like octopus, so they just have tentacles coming out of their ass.
It'll do.
But then in a lot of cases, it's like they are the most human-looking characters, despite the fact that they are also the least human.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say, like, there's some animals that fuse well when you're trying to make them. Because, like, yeah, stuff like dogs, cats, stuff with recognizable ears, those are easy. But like, fish seems a little difficult.
Yeah, and you get a variety there. Like the sea dragon girl, she has like a sea dragon tail.
I don't know. I just had the thought of like, what would an elephant girl look like?
Archetypes doesn't have an elephant in it yet.
Probably because they haven't figured out how to make it look decent.
Yeah, same with I imagine that's the same reason we don't have a giraffe.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking too. Like, because like the most prominent features of those animals would look really, really weird on humans. Because you can't really do elephant. I guess you could give her really big ears, but that would look really weird. And you can't really give her like an elephant nose because, again, that would look really weird. And you can't really give her a long giraffe neck, but that problem is that that's like the most prominent feature of a giraffe.
Yeah, which is why I imagine they haven't done those.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can make the giraffe girl like 8 feet tall or something, but I feel like that's
they should. Did you play Three Houses, and if so, did you play it in Japanese?
No, I played that one in English.
Okay. Hilda plays a cowgirl.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, even Hilda's English voice actor sounds kind of cowgirlish. I don't know. Have you played Three Houses?
I did, but I played it in Japanese. Oh hey, the worst Love Live character, has her voice actress is in this game, and I want you to guess who I mean when I say the worst Love Live character. Actually, no, I think I'm thinking of the wrong person. Yeah, no, I was thinking, because Hayano, and I was thinking of Kotori.
Oh. I don't know. I've only seen like half of one season of Love Live, and I've played a bit of the game.
I would have thought that you would have that would be something you had seen.
You'd think so. Again, I think I just got overwhelmed by. Well, the game overwhelmed me with the number of characters. I think I just couldn't get into the music the same way I could with Bang Dream. Like, I feel like Bang Dream, because it has 5 bands, there's a lot more of a variety, whereas I feel like Love Live, because of a lot of the same groups, and a lot of the same groups do similar things. So I found that, yeah, Bang Dream, despite having less characters, has way more variety.
Mm-hmm. What language did you play Danganronpa in?
English.
Have you
I'm
seen?
somewhat familiar with the Japanese voice.
Have you seen Kill la Kill?
Have I seen Kill la Kill? Yes, in both languages.
Cool. Ryuko and Ibuki have the same voice actress, by the way.
Interesting.
Also, Beidou from Genshin Impact.
Interesting.
Um,
I know.
She plays 2
English,
characters.
I believe. Yeah, I believe in English. Ryuko's voice actor is in Danganronpa. I just can't remember who she plays. It's Eric. I'm pretty sure it's Eric Mendez who plays like everything. So I can't remember who it was. I think it was Himiko. I think I could be wrong. I might. No, wait, no, it wasn't. I can't remember who she plays. She's definitely in Danganronpa. I just don't remember who it is.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that voice actress plays a wolf assassin and a bear girl with trauma. But this one has an axe.
Ah.
And also she's dating the other bear girl with trauma that I talked about.
Oh, right, because you mentioned there was 2 of them. Or 3 of them?
There's 5, 4 of them are characters in-game, 1 of them is an NPC.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm actually looking at like what people were in. Did you play Fire Emblem Awakening?
No, I haven't played any other Fire Emblem other than 3 Houses because
Okay.
I am a fake fan.
Okay, because a character from that plays Waifu.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that was like the tiger you mentioned earlier, right?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of overlap between Arknights and Genshin I'm seeing. But I don't really know Genshin, so I'm not calling attention.
Yeah, I was gonna say. They're both like games with like a bajillion characters.
Wow, I don't
and
like any of these
all require
choices.
A bajillion voice actors.
I don't like any of these choices. Let's go with the worst one.
Okay, I'm being told Konosuba failed to grab. Konosuba failed to grab. Okay. Was it from being bad, or was it just because it wasn't like what kind of game is it? Is it like a
Turn-based, probably.
RPG thing? Yeah.
Hey, are you familiar with Ai Kayano?
Ai Kayano. Rings a bell, but I don't know which bell it is.
Well, she's been in the news this year for going to a war crimes shrine for her radio show, and that kind of she is no longer in Arknights because of that.
Huh.
Because it turns out that going to a shrine that honors war criminals is maybe a bad idea when those war crimes still haven't been apologized for. Anyway, voice actresses, or like characters played by this voice actress who accidentally or on purpose venerated some war criminals: a horse girl with a bow, Darkness from Konosuba, and Mikan Sumiki.
Ah.
I feel like that fits Mikan. Artoria from Fate plays a lion girl.
I mean, It's not quite turn-based. What's the type of combat Chrono Trigger has where you wait for your character
Action time battle?
recharge the ability to act? Yeah, something time battle?
Action time battle.
Okay. Yeah, being told that's what Konosuba kind of is.
Yeah, that's a bad battle system.
Was that the same one that Princess Connect kind of had? I don't know, I couldn't get into Princess Connect either. Like, it was very... I don't know, I think I'm just not a fan of, like, idle games, because if a game is going to be an idle game, not like, you know...
Idle, not idle.
Like, leave them. Yeah, idle, not like singing and dancing, but as in, like, you just leave them and it plays itself. Like, if I'm not going to have... If the games make me play it, then I might as well not play it, you know?
I mean, I like idle games, but, like, if I'm gonna play an idle game, I'm just gonna go play Cookie Clicker.
Yeah, it appears to be a rough reskin of Precon. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
So, Edelgard plays 2 Fox Girls.
2 of them.
2 of them. I find that really funny. Okay, so Dimitri from Three Houses is also in this game, and he plays a twink who is probably the second best character in the game, and is only slightly less contentious than Cert.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of those descriptions apply to Dimitri as well.
Yeah. Except that, like, I think Thorns is more is better than Dimitri.
Yeah, I don't know. I never actually played the Blue Lions route. I never got around.
Same.
I don't know. A lot of these characters don't feel very sympathetic to me. Okay. I don't know. I like the dynamic.
And I have no idea where it went.
Oof. Yeah, because like I like the dynamic of the, you know, the boys squad of, like, you know, Felix and Sylvain and Dimitri and the honorary boy Ingrid. I like their dynamic, but like as a whole, I don't feel particularly sympathetic to the Lions.
Where the fuck did that go? I think it just vanished.
Maybe it fell down a vent or something.
There are no vents on the floor in this room.
Good, you won't get attacked by imposters.
Maybe if I had, like, a flashlight from our phone. But that is currently being live 2D, which is not working right now because I am digging down next to our desk. Okay, I'm back.
Alright. Yeah. Appears to be a rough reskin for that's I'm seeing online. There are 20 different characters, with each with like half a dozen units. Okay, so it's like same few characters, and they just put them in different outfits. Okay. Anyway, Faco is my favorite spreadsheet game. Item name. Amogus.
Oh yeah, are you familiar with Marina Inoue?
Yes, but from what? I can't remember.
Have you seen Gurren Lagann?
Wait. No, I was gonna say, she's in Monogatari, right?
I'll get there. Have you seen Gurren Lagann?
Yes.
She played Yoko.
Okay.
Nothing else here is something I would mention. Because the only one of them I've seen besides that is Hagenai, which I'm not gonna dignify with mentioning. But yeah, she played Sadachi in Monogatari.
Yeah, okay.
Which, like...
Because I remember seeing the name when I would look up the openings. Because if she played Sodachi, she would have sung,
Math Magics and Yudachi Horishiki.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I remember seeing the name on, like, when people would, like, upload the songs to YouTube or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where are we in the flowchart?
There, I guess.
Room. Okay.
I think we call it here.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was about to say, because it's almost 10:30 where I am.
Yeah. Oh god, another one of these.
Oh boy, I love
Why
weird
this?
camera.
Wait, why does it move like this?
Once again, I like to think Sigma is just like drunkenly stumbling around these rooms, like.
Yep. Well, that's the stream.
Yeah. I'm going to rate people.
Yeah.
On TV. Let me see who's on it.
Anyway, this was fun.
Hold on. That's weird. Okay, maybe she's back on. I think somebody who rated us earlier is showing up in my followed channels. I'm like, is she back? Did she like? Maybe she was like joining somebody else's stream. I don't know. Let me see. Who do we have here though?
I'm just gonna say goodbye, good night, stream over, bye.